Good morning and welcome to another interesting edition of the Islamic Finance Weekly, where we bring you key developments in the non-interest finance market. In the last 2 decades, there has been an increased level in the adoption of Sukuk as an alternative source of financing for developed and developing economies. These are especially in the areas of infrastructure, housing, and achieving a clean environment. On today's program, the focus of our conversation will be on Sukuk as a catalyst for national development. Joining us for this conversation is Mr. Maruf Onike Abdul-Azeez, who is currently the Chief Missioner of Nasrul-Lahi Fatih Society of Nigeria, NASFAT. Good morning, Mr. Maruf. Thank you very much for taking our time to talk to us on the Islamic Finance Weekly.
Good morning. I'm highly honored to be your guest.
It's my pleasure. Let me begin with the fact that Sukuk is one of the major instruments of Islamic finance, as we've seen that the first Sukuk issued in Nigeria came from Osun State, and this was used to build schools. So the underlying income generating assets were the schools from the Osun State sovereign Sukuk that was issued in 2013. That was the first Sukuk issued in Nigeria. So my question now is that from your expertise and understanding of the non-interest finance ecosystem, what is the nexus between Sukuk and national development?
In 2013, and the proceeds were used to build, to construct 24 schools. And the entire Sukuk was redeemed in 2020 after 7 years. And every investor was able to collect his money. It was fully it matured on the 10th of October and was fully redeemed on the 12th of October 2020. I have the evidence here that Sukuk was successful in all ramifications. And by 2020, every investor got his money back. Apart from the rent that they go for 7 years, every year since 2013, they were getting their rentals. And that's one of the advantages of Sukuk. Diverse investment, low risk profile, and high yield. In spite of the fact that they are getting back their money after the maturity of the Sukuk, you are getting rentals every year. Sukuk and national development. Nigerian situation, we have no choice but to embrace Sukuk. How am I saying this? The infrastructure financing deficit of Nigeria is so alarming to the extent that the Minister of Finance says that we need about $100 billion. I will quote him now. The Minister of Finance, he says, the start revelation was recently made by Nigerian Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mr. Zainab Ahmed, at a workshop on maximizing finance for the development of infrastructure in Nigeria, organized by the World Bank Group in Abuja. She said, Nigeria requires an estimated sum of $3 trillion to bridge its infrastructure gap over a 30-year period. This amounts to roughly $100 billion per year, with a total budget of Nigeria less than $30 billion for 2019. It means without looking at another source of financing our infrastructure, our mono economy cannot bridge the infrastructure gap that we have in Nigeria. Number two, where Nigeria has to embrace Sukuk is that our population keeps on increasing every year. And this is overstretching the infrastructure already on ground, which means that we have about 250 million people every year, overstretching the facilities on ground, call for development, increase in infrastructure facilities. And we don't have resources to do this. We need to look into other sources of getting revenue, and Sukuk came handy. Number three, the rate of urbanization. A lot of people are moving from rural areas to urban areas, thereby putting pressures on the facilities provided. Apart from the population that keeps on searching, people are moving from rural areas to urban areas. It means Nigeria will have to look for other sources of income to finance its project. To individuals, people are looking for either going to have high yield of returns, and Sukuk provide this opportunity. People want to diversify their risk. That instead of going to the bonds, the conventional bond, where inflation can hit your money, where you can say that it's a challenge, you have constant rentals when you invest in Sukuk, apart from the part that are going to get your investment, the capital investment after maturity. People are looking for ways to diversify. People are looking for high yield. People are looking for where there is low risk. One of the key objectives, one of the key fundamentals, one of the key benefits of Islamic finance is that of profit and loss sharing situation. That whatever situation, if there are profits, we are going to share. If there are losses, we are going to share. And all the four objectives: no riba, no speculation, no gambling, no injustice, they are taken care of in Sukuk. Most countries now, Malaysia, Bahrain, and some other countries, they are relying on Sukuk to bridge the infrastructural gap, to finance their infrastructure. And the Nigerian government has looked in that direction too. And the last Sukuk floated by the government has confirmed this. In 2017, 2018, and 2020, the Nigerian government has raised 362 billion naira in the three previous Sukuk, which are oversubscribed. That was 2017. 100 billion naira was being requested for. That $277 million. At the end of the day, it was oversubscribed to the tune of 105 billion naira. That was 2018. This one, the rate was 15.743. We are looking for $100 billion. At the end of the day, it was oversubscribed by 132%. Another one was issued in 2020. It was also oversubscribed by 446%. I'm going down the memory to let you know that Nigerians and Nigerian government have seen the advantages in Sukuk, and that is why every Sukuk that is floated is oversubscribed. I mentioned what Sukuk has done in terms of national development, where also government has blazed the trail. Also government blazed the trail under the regime of Governor Maruf Onike Abdul-Azeez in 2013, when Sukuk vocabulary was still strange to us. He bailed the cat, he floated the Sukuk, and that Sukuk, as I said, was $70.6 million targeted at a particular project, school construction, and 24 schools were constructed. Apart from that, there have been so many other Sukuk stories in Nigeria. Another one is construction of luxurious apartments in the Kogi Lagos by Lotus Capital using $1 billion private Sukuk. This is now. Another one is construction of roads by federal government using Jara Sukuk of 100 billion, approximately 100 billion naira, approximately $220 million. When you travel between Kwara and Oyo State, you will see road construction being funded by Sukuk, which shows that the Nigerian government has gained so much in Sukuk issuance.
It is highly significant that you point out a lot of benefits in the Sukuk market for funding real infrastructure. But let's take a look at the use of Sukuk in Nigeria. As you've said, the last three issuances focused on infrastructure. So beyond infrastructure, what other sectors would you like to see Sukuk funds applied to in the country?
I said in the paper that I presented at the Malaysia conference just last month, I said Nigeria government will now have to learn a lesson from some other initiatives that have been introduced into Sukuk. We now have to call blue Sukuk, green Sukuk, white Sukuk. What is a green Sukuk? It means the proceeds we use for only environmentally friendly projects, not only road, plantation, tree planting, and the rest of it. We have other form of Sukuk too. We have blue Sukuk, we have white Sukuk, and we have sustainable and responsible investment Sukuk, whereby the funding activities for Sukuk, whatever you get from that Sukuk, will be tailored towards a particular project. There are some that are tailored toward aviation. Whatever you get from it is only for aviation. There are some that are tailored toward aquatic, water resources, water-related issues. There are some that are going to be tailored toward that. It goes beyond road construction. Some Sukuk can be tailored toward a particular project, and you name it according to the project you want to use it for. As I said, green Sukuk is a Sukuk that complies with the green principle, which the green bond comply with. It is issued and the proceeds are used only for environmentally related issues. That's the only difference between it and other Sukuk. Then we have another one, which we call blue Sukuk. The blue bond, the blue Sukuk, designed to support sustainable marine and fishery projects. When you say you are getting Sukuk, you are floating Sukuk, and you are getting proceeds from it, that proceed can only be used solely for marine and fishery projects. We have what we call white Sukuk too. The area of airspace and development have to be focused when you are collecting money from investors for Sukuk. According to the DG, Debt Management Office in Nigeria, it says, and I quote, they have floated so many Sukuk in the past, 500 has floated about 3 Sukuk in the past, and they have focused the proceeds of those Sukuk on road construction. The DG is now saying that the subsequent, you have to scale up the achievement by making sure that the proceeds from subsequent Sukuk are spent on revenue-generating projects. Revenue-generating projects.
Okay.
If you are building school, are you going to pay school fees? If you are building road, are you going to toll the road? Most of the roads are constructed now. If they toll the road, apart from the fact that government has means of getting resources elsewhere, that road, the toll collected from the road, will serve as renters to the investor. The DG of DMO has said that they are looking forward now. They are scaling up the achievement because they have realized that Nigerian government have embraced Sukuk. This is evident from the over subscriptions recorded in all the Sukuk that have been floated by federal government in Nigeria since 2017, 2018, 2020. The DG of DMO is now saying that they are going to scale it up by ensuring that whatever proceeds get from future Sukuk are used to finance projects that can give us revenue. If they need to build a hospital now, people will go to the hospital and pay for it. If they need to build school, people will go to school and pay for it. If they need to build roads subsequently, those roads will be tolled. When the government collects tolls from those roads, they are going to serve as renters from to the investors. Even though the three previous Sukuk, government is paying renters, maybe they are getting the resources from somewhere else because the roads are not tolled. They are now saying they are going to ensure that future Sukuk in Nigeria will be geared toward projects that are capable of generating revenue for government.
All right, this is a good one from the DMO, the Debt Management Office, to channel Sukuk into low carbon energy like transportation, construction, infrastructure, waste management. Like we can see where green Sukuk can be used for carbon, like inland infrastructure, apart from road infrastructure. So let's talk about enabling environment. It also takes an enabling environment to attract more Sukuk issuances. So far, are you satisfied with the regulatory framework in the capital markets that can facilitate more Sukuk activities?
It is said that Rome was not built in a day. As the project, as the initiative is developing, we'll be realizing some of the loopholes and we are going to block them. But so far, it has been so fair. It has been so far from the evidence that we have seen. The first one, the Sukuk make it double into the Nigerian economic landscape in 2013, and we had success stories to tell. 2017 Sukuk, according to subscribe to it. 2018 Sukuk, I subscribe to it. 2020 Sukuk, I subscribe to it. And the government has not defaulted in any way.
1 second. So you said you subscribed to the Sukuk market in 2017, 2018, and 2020. How do you get the profit when traveled?
Since they have told us that they are going to pay us quarterly, I just receive an alert and they are going to pay us every 6 months. I just receive an alert at the end of every 6 months. And it has been consistent. They have told us that they are going to pay the rental. And mind you, they had said initially that the rental fee for each of the 3 parts Sukuk are different. 15.7%, 12%, and it is not a fixed rental. And they have told us that this rental will not be paid annually. They are going to be paid every 6 months. And they are just receive an alert. Nothing. Give them your account number, subscribe to it through an SBP, subscribe to it through Lotus. a piece of advertising Lotus. I subscribe to Lotus. I pay the money, I transfer the money to Lotus. I subscribe, and I've been getting my alert, even though the money is my subscription is not that fantastic. But I'm a living evidence. I'm a living testimony that all the Sukuk that have been issued by the Nigerian government have lived up to the investors' expectation. And I want to make this one known to the Nigerian public too, that it has nothing to do with religion. If you are an investor who is interested in having high yield, if you are an investor who is interested in diversifying your portfolio, if you are an investor who is interested in investing in a low-risk investment, Sukuk is the best way to go. There's no religious conversation about it. And I want to tell you that we have recorded offer subscriptions in the last 3 Sukuk. This by the government because religion didn't come into play at all. Just did not come into play at all. If religion had to come into play, we would have seen it there. There are 72 or 73 million banking public in Nigeria as of today. According to EPINA, 72 to 73 banking public in Nigeria out of 150 million people. The number of customers that Jai's Bank has been able to get just 500,000, less than 1%, which means that if you are saying that it's only Muslims that are banking with the Jai's Bank, when it comes to Sukuk, it's open to everybody. It's cut across religion, it's cut across tribes, it's cut across race, it's cut across, even if you are abroad, if you are foreign based, you can send your money. When another one is floated, transfer the money to your SBV, your Israel, your agent, and after every 6 months, you will receive an alert. You don't need to go to your bank to receive an alert. It has been so seamless, it has been so fraud-free, it has been so effortless in the last 3 years. I wouldn't say you have got to the promised land. There are still some things to learn from those countries that have got their teeth, that have survived, that have succeeded in Sukuk and Islamic finance.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much,
Malaysia.
Mr. Maruf, for taking us through how Sukuk investment works, the opportunities in investing in Sukuk. Thank you very much. So let's look at the leading countries in using Sukuk to fund infrastructure. Malaysia is a global leader in the development of Sukuk and has benefited immensely from several issuances. So, what can Nigeria learn from the Asian economic powerhouse?
I said it earlier that they have gone far to the extent that they have got what we call SRI, socially responsible and investment Sukuk, and they have given it so many names. They play for so many names: blue, green, white. You can learn a lot from them by turning out, getting money from the investors and focusing on a particular area. Getting money from investors and to keep it up by ensuring that the renters are paid as and when due. As I said, there has not been any infraction so far, to the best of my knowledge. But we can still learn from Malaysia that has gone beyond collecting money for road construction. They have specified as at the point of collecting money from investors, they will say this money will be used for blue Sukuk. This one will be used for green. Even if it's for blue Sukuk, it will not be diverted to any other thing. It's going to be low carbon emission, environment, tree planting, anything that has to do with environment. Anything that has to do with environment. That was it. And then they say it's blue. They only use it for marine services. You want to buy ship, you want to waterways, all the rest of it, they apply the purpose. They say it's white, they go to it is for here. They want to buy aircraft, they want to empower, they want to expand Nigeria Airlines, they want to do it. We have to go a bit higher. Another one that the developed country, those who have developed in leaders who have gone into it, that they look at the 17 SDGs: zero tolerance, zero hunger, good health and well-being. All the 17 SDGs, they are now floating to focus each and every one of them. You know, we have 17 SDGs. They will say this is for low zero tolerance for poverty, good well-being. This one is for productivity. This one is for inequality. This one is the target every
the SDG 2030 agenda.
Then number 3, there are what we call COVID-19 Sukuk now. Okay. Sukuk. When you are collecting money from investors, tell them that the money you are collecting will be used for fighting the scourge of COVID-19, to provide health facilities, to keep our hospital, to do this, to do that. You will know that whatever you are collecting will be targeted at a particular area of need of the people, and people will continue to have confidence in the government. As of now, the government, the confidence reposed in them, the government has not been disappointed, has not been betrayed. I can say that the confidence that the investing public has reposed in government has not been betrayed, to the extent that all the sukuk that have been issued in Nigeria, especially by the federal government, 2017, 2018, 2020, government have lived up to the expectation of the investing public, and they have not been disappointed in any way. I'm telling you, if government is to float another sukuk in the next 2 or 3 months, I'll be one of those who will jump at it.
Mr. Maruf, Malaysia, which is the global leader, has developed its economy through Sukuk and Islamic finance with an active secondary market, and this aligns with the ESG principles. Thank you very much for those insights. Now, we've been talking about Sukuk, how Sukuk is vital in the Islamic finance, and how the countries have been using it to fund real infrastructure. We can't talk about Sukuk without talking about education, sensitization. So you are the chief missioner of NASFAT. My question now is, how is NASFAT sensitizing Muslims who have a huge demography to improve participation in future Sukuk issuances?
We discussed in Nasrul-Lahi party, NASFAT. What people don't understand is that we are not really talking about a salatu or gathering for religious worship. We expose our members to all straight kind of life, talking about finance, talking about health, talking about empowerment, talking about family. When it comes to investment, we discuss with them. We have people that are called empowerment secretaries. Even the society, national society, invested in the last Sukuk to let you know that we are falling in love with it. We are in support of it. NASFAT as a society, we invested in the last Sukuk. Some of our committees, we have so many committees. The parent body invested in it, and we encourage our committees, the Women Affairs Management, the Youth Affairs Management Committee, to invest separately in Sukuk, which means that NASFAT is promoting investment in Sukuk, and we continue to do that. Apart from being the children of Nasrul-Lahi party, I'm a registered advisor with Security Commission of Malaysia, which means that it behoves me to ensure that people understand this thing. And it's not only Sukuk that people are not educated about. That is one of the challenges of Islamic banking and finance. I'm working on a project right now that is titled Challenges Facing Islamic Banking in Nigeria, Jaiz Bank as a case study. I told you earlier on, there are 72 million banking public in Nigeria. Let's assume that half of them are Muslims, 35 million Muslims. If only 35 million Muslims patronize Jaiz Bank, Jaiz Bank will not be having 500,000 customers as of today. If let's assume that 72 million banking public in Nigeria, let's assume that half of them, because there are 90 million Muslims in Nigeria, let's assume that half of them bank with Jaiz. Jaiz started in 2011. Let's assume that half of them bank with Jaiz. Jaiz is not talking about 500,000 customer base. We have 3 banks, 3 Islamic banks. The foremost among them is Jaiz Bank, that has been existing in the last 10 years. Taj Bank just came into existence in 2019. Lottery just came into existence about 3 months ago. Jaiz Bank cannot boast of more than 500,000 customers according to the MD of Jaiz Bank. And you're having 90 million Muslims. Let us know that not all the 90 million Muslims are banking Muslims. Let's take it probably in the zero probability that only 10 million. But still, the awareness is not there. How many essay competitions, how many quiz competitions have been organized in secondary schools, in university, about Islamic instruments? If you ask a Muslim who is a devoted Muslim, could tell you about Mudaraba, to tell you about Musharaka, to tell you about Istithna, to tell you about Kafala, to tell you about Wakala, to tell you about Ijara, to tell you about Salah. They don't know. They don't know.
Exactly.
I didn't even know. How will they explain it to
So definitely we need innovative ways to increase awareness on the benefits of Sukuk to Nigerians. And I believe NASFAT will leverage this opportunity to its members.
Some of us who are involved in Islamic finance have taken it upon ourselves that we'll continue to make noise about it, not because of religion, maybe because the economy, people's economies are in samples. It will surprise me that some non-Muslims have benefited from Islamic Development Bank facilities in the past. I was at Islamic Bank headquarters some time ago, and I got to know that non-Muslims, they go there, they collect funding, they collect facility, and it means we are not doing enough to create awareness about Islamic instruments. Mudaraba, Musharaka, Ijara, Istithna, Salam, Wakala, Kafala. People don't know about them. But when you talk about fixed deposits, they say something about it. When you talk about conventional bonds, you say something about it. How many quiz competitions have been organized in the secondary school? How many quiz competitions have been organized by MSS? How many awareness have been created by even those banks that are operating Islamic banks in Nigeria? That you see 2 or 3 cards and you see a sticker on them. Have you invested in Ijara? Ijara means collecting rental for 7 years without diminishing your capital. Have you invested in Muraba? Muraba means profit plus cost plus profit, and you get your money, you get your material, what you item, and the profit that the seller has added to it will be known to you. Have you know what you call Musharaka? You contribute partner, you contribute resources, and at the end of the day, you use PLS, profit and loss sharing. Unlike another one, when you buy shares, local shares, you pay local shares. If the government is not making profit, you are in trouble. And if they make profit, it will not be too transparent. In the area of Islamic financing instruments, all the activities are transparent. All the activities are transparent, and we have what we call our own financial standards that anybody can have access to. If you are invested in any of the instrument of Islamic finance, and somebody want to play smart on you, you can pick the AOP financial standard book and look at the rules guiding the particular investment you have chosen. If you are doing a JARA and you know that it is the seller, it is the investor, the man who is investing, who is having the property, they are supposed to insure the material, insure the item for you, and they try to play fast for you. Let him know that, oh, I don't want to insure, this is your property until you transfer it to me. This is the JARA, that you transfer it to me at the end of the day. But the awareness is not there. The
awareness is very important. Thank you for providing further insights on how Sukuk can be leveraged to facilitate development in Nigeria. And the most important, the awareness education you talk about. Thank you very much, Mr. Maruf Onike Abdul-Azeez, the Chief Missioner of Nasrul-Lahi, Fatih Society of Nigeria, NASFAT. Do have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You're welcome.
According to S&P Global Ratings, the global Sukuk issuance is set to increase to as much as $155 billion in 2021, with a positive development in the Sukuk market. Countries like Nigeria have the great opportunity of developing products for sectors beyond road infrastructure. This will drive inclusive economic growth for Africa's most populous nation. And that brings us to the end of today's session. Visit ProShareNG.com website to read more on Islamic finance. Click on Web TV banking channel to watch the Islamic Finance Weekly videos. You can also follow us on our social media platform displaying on the screen. Many thanks for watching. See you next week Friday for another exclusive interview.